Hello guys, welcome to the Python series. In today's video, we're gonna talk about what are for loops. So first, let's get to know what is a for loop or a for statement. A for loop is used for iterating over a sequence, which can be a list, a tuple, a dictionary, a set, or a string. So this is not like the keyword which is can be used in other programming languages, which is the for. It works like more like an iterator, yeah, which is found most in object-oriented programming languages. With the help of the for loop, we can execute a set of statements, one for each item in a list, tuple, set, string, etc. So here we can see the syntax for the for loop. It can be told as my iterable will be equal to the sequence. Sequence can be a list, a tuple, a dictionary, a set, or a string. Then next we have for item name in my iterable, then colon. The next line you have to provide an indentation. This indentation is applicable for all uh, um, the control loop statements, and then write the print item name. Also on for loop. So first, so let me take my list to be equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7 comma 8 comma 9 comma 10. So now I'll say for num in my list. So here the variable name can be anything. So here you can see that when I specify for num in my list and say print num, it will print all the numbers which is there available on my list. So let us try something else. If I change this num to some other, suppose I say hello world. So here it will print hello world 10 times instead of printing all the elements of my list. And if I can also change my num to var, doesn't matter, the result would be the same. So now let's write a program to check and print the even numbers of the in my list. Oh, so I forgot to specify a column here. Oh, so there's an indentation error. Oh, I forgot to mention. So here you can see that number is odd. The first number 1 is odd, then it will mention 2, then third is odd, fourth is even, so fifth is odd. Yeah, it will come in this manner. So let us take another program saying this, I would say my initial sum. Okay, before writing that I have to initialize it. So let me initialize my sum to be equal to 0. Yeah, Now let us write my initial sum to be initial sum plus num, the num we have assigned here, and let us say print num. So here you can see that my sum is initialized, and it will just print. So it will just keep on adding 0 plus the num. If I want if I change, and if I just change this to some variable 10. Now we can use for loop for even strings, tuples, and even sets. So now let's try a for loop for a string. Let me say my string equal to, let us say, hello world. Yeah, and for letter in my string, so I'm gonna print each letter which is present in my string. So I'll say plain print letter. Sorry, I forgot to see, I forgot to mention the colon. So if you forget to mention the colon, it's a very big it will show you an error. So here you can see it will print all the letters of which are present in my string hello world. Next, let's try a for loop for a tuple. Let me say my tuple equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. Then for each item in my tuple, I'm gonna print that item. So here you can see it will print out all the specific items which are present in my tuple. So I can also use a set. Let me say my set equal to um, 1 comma a comma 2 comma b. Yeah, so this is my set. So, and I'm gonna say for item, for element in set, print element. So yeah, I forgot to mention colon again. So here you can see that it will print out all the elements which are present in the particular set. So now let's try one for loop for a dictionary. So my dict equal to, let me say, k1 colon 1 and k2 colon 2 and wait, yeah, k3 colon 3. These are the items which are present in my dictionary. So now this is right for item in text, print item. Yeah, and yeah, I have to mention a colon here. So yeah, here you can see it will print each and every item in the particular dictionary. So now let us see how range function can be used in a for loop. So for example, for I in range 0 comma 10, I'll say print I. So here you can see it will print out all the numbers which are there in the range. So here it will print from the start to the n minus 1. If this is 0 comma n, so the numbers would be printed until n minus 1. It will not print until 10, it will print only until 9. So if you also want to include this also 10 in your output, then you should be incrementing this to 11. So then it will be printed from 0 to 10. So let's try out for a range. So now I'll be specifying this one. 2. Here this 2 represents the step I'm going to take in between 0 to 11. Step or the jump I'm going to take. So let us say print I. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Okay. So here you can see that it took steps of 2 and it missed out 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9 between, and it printed out all the other numbers, or you can say print out the even numbers in between this. So now I'll be using two values in for loop. So for example, for I in range, let's say 0 comma 5, and for j in range 0 comma 3, I'll say print I into j. So here it will be printing the print statement for I into j, which is lies in between I in range 0 to 5 and range 0 to 3. I hope you guys understood all the concepts in the particular video. I'll see you again in the next video. Thank you guys.